everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about why my husband and I decided that we are going to homeschool John. So if you don't know, I am a mom of 3 and my oldest is turning 4 in April. So coming September, he will be entering preschool. So I have already just been like teaching him numbers, letters, colors, how to write and all that stuff, just from home, just because he's interested already. So I bought a couple books from like Chapters and online, Amazon, Indigo. Just went to a couple places and got some like little books that he can do some school from home right now. But coming September, we had to make a decision about where we were going to send him. And for the longest time, I was just going to put him in school because I really wanted a break. I had 3 kids under 3. So it's really hard having them all home together at the same time. And I find that my oldest is like the instigator of all the problems in the house. So I was excited to get him into school, and I was thinking, like, we were thinking that's what we were going to do. But then we kind of just talked to a couple friends to get their opinion on school and see what they thought, and that kind of let us to talk a lot and then come to change our minds. So just so you know, I was homeschooled. My mom homeschooled. I'm from a family of 7. My mom homeschooled all of us, and we all went to university and graduated and did really well. So I know that homeschooling can work, and I know how to do it. So that's why it was an option for us. I was confident enough that I know that I can do it, that I know how to do it, but I definitely want to put John in school just for like getting the break during the day. But I talked to friends, and please comment down below and let me know your experience with your child in preschool, because even though we have decided to homeschool, we could change our mind come September. I don't think we will, but it's just nice knowing all the facts. So if you have put your kid in preschool, comment below, let me know your experience. I would love to honestly know. Or if you're not comfortable commenting, you can message me through Facebook or Instagram. But I had a few friends saying, first of all, their kids came home all the time, like super sick or with lice or all these issues. And I was like, honestly, I don't know if I want that and then getting passed on to my younger kids, because then it's just more work on me. One of my friends said their kids came home with some pretty bad flus. One time their kid had lice, and then they fixed it and got rid of it. And then the next week he came back with a new round of lice from some other kid, and that just kind of sucks. So that was kind of like, when they're young, their immune systems aren't fully developed and they're not like super strong yet, so they do get more sick more often. I was like, I don't know, maybe we'll wait till he's older to put him in school for that reason. But then also a couple of my friends who had their kids in school said that their kids were bullied pretty bad, even at that young age, which is pretty sad. I mean, preschool, you're what, 4 or 5? That's pretty sad. But they said that their kids were bullied. And then some other of my friends said that their kids were the bulliers, if that's what they're called. Their kids were the bullies. Their kids were, even though they thought they raised them really well, their kids went to school and they got so many calls from teachers and principals saying that their kids were being pretty rude to the other kids. So I feel like I did a really good job in raising John so far, but I know that if you go to school and you get in with the wrong crowd, even though they're so little, I didn't know this was a thing, but if they get in with the wrong kids, then you don't know how they're going to be. I honestly don't know how John's going to be. Right now, when he hangs out with kids, he's super sweet and kind. He does have aggressive moments though, but I feel like every kid that age does. So I don't know how he's going to be. And the thought of him getting bullied at school breaks my heart, but then the thought of him being the bully breaks my heart as well. Yeah, that's not necessarily like, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen for sure, but that was another option along with, like, another thing, or con, I guess, along with getting sick a lot. Another thing too was that a lot of parents said that putting your kid in preschool, like JK or SK, that it was more tiring because you have to constantly make lunches and have clean clothes, like uniforms, whatever, drive your kids to school if there's no bus, which in our area there won't be a bus, so I would have to drive him and all that stuff. They said it's just easier at that young age to just teach them from home, since JK and SK is pretty straightforward anyways. It's like an hour of school a day where you just teach them some things and that's it. So a lot of people were saying it was worth it to just keep the child home, maybe put them in daycare once or twice a week and that's it. Keep them home and just teach them from home, since it's not much work. So that was another con for us, was for me personally having to get up super early to get him to school and stuff when I have 2 younger kids and we only have 1 car. right now anyways, and my husband works pretty early, so I don't even know how we'd work around all that. So we kind of took all this together, and we right now decided that, you know what, because JK and SK is so easy to teach, we'll just keep him home and homeschool him, and I'll put up with having all the kids home together right now for a couple more years. Again, we could change our mind, but that's kind of what our plan is right now. And then when grade 1 comes, grade 1 is also pretty easy to do. They're still not getting into super complicated stuff. So I think we might also keep them home for grade 1. We haven't decided. We're pretty much just taking it 1 year at a time. I feel like homeschooling for us is going to be the best option. Another thing was a couple of people that I know, their kids never swear in the house. Their kids never swear, but they went to school and came back with a whole new vocabulary that wasn't the greatest, and they taught their younger siblings some pretty bad words. And I don't know, I'm like, I don't want my child that young to be influenced by, you know, children who are saying really bad things and or being really rude and all that. So I don't know. So we were kind of like, you know what, we're gonna keep them home, but again, we're gonna take it 1 year at a time. If I start getting really overwhelmed with everything, then I know that school can be an option. But for now, I think we're just gonna homeschool, and I just want to share that with you, why we decided we're gonna do this. And I think we're gonna do this for all of our kids. Now, John will not be in daycare. I will just homeschool him and keep him home. First of all, daycare is crazy expensive. We could never afford to put our kids in daycare. But also, I don't think that there is going to be a point, if I need a break for my kids, I can always just give him to my parents. I'm blessed enough to have parents and siblings who can help with my kids. So if I, like right now, my mom has been taking the kids 1 day a week just so I can get my school done because I'm in school. So yeah, I think that's our plan anyways. Again, my husband and I are still talking, and we aren't exactly sure. We've been thinking about private schools as well, but they are pretty pricey, and I think they're out of our price range, especially to pay that kind of money for preschool. Like for JK, SK, I don't think it's worth it. It's just really, it's pretty much, to me, it's like super expensive daycare. So I'd rather just sit at home and teach him like the basics at home, which we're already doing. And then as he gets older and it gets more complicated, we will either homeschool and see how that goes, or we can put him in school. My mom, when she homeschooled us, she brought in tutors for the chemistry and science because that wasn't her strong suit, and she also had 7 kids and just didn't have time to sit down and explain it, you know, to us. So she got tutors from the university. They came, I think, like twice a week or something, and taught us a bunch of languages or science. So that's also an option, and it's a much cheaper way to go, I think, than daycare anyways, or private school. So yeah, those are kind of our back burner options. But I think right now we're gonna homeschool him. We buy our homeschool books online. My mom would buy everything online. So when the time comes and I homeschool him, I'll make more videos of the books that I'm using and the company that they're from and how, like, our setup and everything. If you guys are interested, if you like homeschooling videos, give it a thumbs up. I have never homeschooled my kids except for what I'm doing with John right now, but I was homeschooled from grade 1 all the way until end of high school, and then I went to university. So I've been homeschooled my whole life. I know the ins and outs of it. Yeah, so I guess I'm excited. I'm super nervous just to have him home all the time. I was looking forward to that little bit of a break, but I'm pretty confident with our decision, and I think that it's definitely a good way to go, at least for right now when he's so young. So we'll see. Like I said, we can always change our mind, but I just want to share this video with you guys. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you have any questions or anything, you can always email me in the link below or comment down below or anything, and I will get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.